Hey, and welcome to Fit Me Turo Fitness Podcast, a podcast for people who want to get no BS information about fitness and know that fitness is about so much more than losing scale weight. It's about feeling confident in your skin and empowered in your life. I'm your host, Turo Virta, personal trainer, strength and nutrition coach, and most of all, a husband of my beautiful wife, Miriam. Each week, my guests and me will give you some no BS fitness tips and motivate you to take action in your own personal fitness journey as we talk about nutrition, exercise, mindset, personal development, and executing in life with enjoyable but still effective strategies. If your goal is to look better, feel and be strong and experience transformation from inside out, you, my friend, are in the right place. Thank you for jumping in, and now let's jump into today's episode.
Hello and welcome back to the podcast. Today I want to talk something about many people struggle but rarely talk about openly, and that is evenings. It's not mornings, it's not lunchtime, it's evenings. Because if you ask most people how their day went with the food, the answer is often the same. I did well all day long, and then in the evening happened something that I didn't really like. Maybe you planned healthy meals, maybe you were drinking enough water, maybe you went for a walk or worked out, or you have been active, but then dinner comes or evening time, the house is getting quiet, you finally sit down and suddenly snacks appear. Chocolate, bread, wine, chips, and afterwards you ask yourself, why do I lose control in the evening? Because even I was so good during the day, but in the evenings are almost impossible. And today I want to explain why evenings are so difficult and what you can do about it. So this is something what I personally also struggle. So it's often, even if you know all these tools, it's not going to be, I would be lying if I would say that I have figured this completely out and it never happens to me. It still happens, and it is consistent struggle. And that's why I want to also not only talk to you, but also talk to myself as a reminder about these action steps, because this is the most important is to put these things into action, because even you have all the knowledge, but you are kind of letting it go. Even you know all the strategies, everything, it doesn't help. You have to put these strategies on place and start practicing. And it doesn't mean that it have to be every single night, but let's say that if this happens to you 5 evenings out of 7, and the progress is that if it happens 4 times, maybe 3 times, maybe 2 times, the goal is never that you will never ever struggle snacks in the evening or with the evenings anymore, but it's simply to reduce it and improve it. So I want to start with something very simple. So self-control is not unlimited. Every decision you make during the day uses your mental energy. So you decide what to wear, you solve problems at work, you answer messages, you manage family responsibilities. And by the time evening comes, your brain is tired. And this is called decision fatigue. And when decision fatigue increases, discipline decreases. And that's why people who are extremely disciplined during the day often struggle the most in the evening, and they used all their energy already. And this is what I personally. I'm a man. My wife is obviously a woman. So. But if I think like that, all these decisions, like you have different kind of decisions, what you make, either you are conscious about your decisions or you are not. But all these decisions and things what you do during the day is, for example, what kind of clothes you are wearing. Like here comes difference between me and my wife. For example, I'm very simple person. I usually take clothes what are on top of my closet, and I don't think about it. It's kind of easy also for me. I'm a personal trainer, and usually wear sport clothes even while I'm working. So I don't have it's one two pants, one two shirts what I'm wearing, and it's not. I don't need a lot of different kind of things. It's and it doesn't. I'm not some guy who is looking what they are wearing. And instead of my wife, she loves it. She loves to think what she can wear, what is fitting together, and of course, that the difference is that she needs already a lot of decision fatigue while making these decisions. My decisions come then later on the day, and my goal is simply that I don't need to. I want to save my decision energy for something else, answering messages, deciding what kind of workouts I'm doing, stuff like that. And this is also you can ask yourself that. What kind of decisions you are making. Could there be something where you could be saving your decision energy if everything is kind of automated, or you have a plan already ahead that you know what you are doing? It helps a lot more than you believe that to reduce that decision fatigue. And then other reason why evenings are really difficult is stress. So during the day, most of you are busy. Work is keeping your mind occupied. Responsibilities keep you moving. But when the day slows down, something else happens. The stress finally slows up. And many people think that they eat because they are hungry. But often they eat because they finally feel the stress they ignored all day. So food becomes a quick way to relax. And the reason why it's helping to relax is that sugar, it's releasing dopamine. Alcohol slows the nervous system. Snacks create a temporary comfort, but the relief is only temporary. And afterwards, guilt often replaces the comfort. So that is a very common and reason, and I definitely can relate. And if I really think my own days, it is like I used to do that. This is definitely like if when everything is you are just go whole day long, and then when the evening you are when I'm watching Netflix or something, it's the time when you are like kind of it's like that. Oh, what is like my brain is that what should I be doing, that I should be doing something, that I can't just be without doing anything. So then it comes that when you are relaxed, stress is going away. What I have been ignoring, it's like, because I don't like to use stress. It's like maybe you have a lot of things to do, but I don't like to call it stress. It's just you are on go mode all the time, and that is often the reason when your brain is seeing that you gotta be doing something, and when there is nothing else to do, then you replace that. And at least me, it's often you are tempted that then I should be just doing something, and that there are very different kind of strategies what you could be doing, and I'm going to talk about those strategies a little bit later. But before getting into those strategies, often other very common pattern I see with the clients is that when why people are overeating in the evening is that most of the people are eating very little during the day. That is not my case, but for my clients, that is often the reason is that you are skipping lunch, you are skipping breakfast or lunch or maybe you are having just coffee in the morning or having a light lunch, or maybe some of my clients, they try to save calories for later because they think that, I'm going to go to eat pizza, or I have some social event in the evening. So I better not to eat too much before that event uh, earlier on today. But your body is going to remember. By the time evening is arriving, the body is not negotiating anymore. It wants energy. And when the body wants energy, it wants it quickly. And that's when bread, sweet snacks, and alcohol feel most, almost always, or impossible to resist. And it's not because you are weak, because your body is catching up. And and what what is then evenings, why they are lacking that structure? Because often during the day your schedule provides structure. So you have maybe your morning routine, whatever you do, you bring kids to school, you are eating your breakfast or skipping it, going to work. You have certain things to do during the day, and breakfast are at certain time. Lunch often happens at work or during the break, but evenings are different. There is more freedom, more time. You have more food available, more opportunities to snack, and without structure, habits are filling the space. And for many people, the evening habit looks like this, that you are eating dinner, then you are going for a snack, then it's going to be some dessert, then it's going to be something salty, and then something sweet again. Not because people are planning it, but because the environment allows it. And because if you are eating lunch somewhere in your work, you don't have, there is not that structure or environment where everything is available. Maybe like at least here, when if I go to eat lunch somewhere, it's just that it's lunch. And then you make decision, are you taking dessert or not? But there is missing that snacking all the time or before, after, and it's either it's 1, 2 decisions what you make, and that is often the difference. So, and what is then like, especially for me, when I think personally, what is why this then happens? If you are like, I'm a person, I eat a lot of a huge breakfast, a lot of fruits, everything, and I try to eat also a lot during lunchtime. So my problem is not that I eat too little during the day. It's either opposite. But when I think that why do I still snack in the evening, especially when I don't need it, it's often time when people and myself too are finally wanting some kind of reward. So after a long day of all responsibilities, the brain is telling you that I deserve something, and food becomes that reward. It's fast, it's easy, it's available. But when food becomes the only reward in your day, then that is a problem. And what happens then when that is happening, evening is are starting to revolving around eating, and that is also boredom. Like I talked earlier, it's either way, it's either reward or it's boredom. Often, what your brain is looking for, and reward is also like there are many different ways. What we are going to talk about, how you can get that reward actually without using food as a reward. And so what you could be then doing, and often people are thinking like that this is only about my discipline and I just need more discipline. But real solution is actually structure. So I'm going to tell you a few things that help many people, and it's not that you have to try to do everything of these things, but if you recognize yourself, maybe start with the one, and then try to think that what I could be doing. And it's not that these things, even there are many of them, it's not that they are going to immediately help you, but if you practice, it's like every skill what you practice, it's that more often you repeat it, easier it becomes, and your body and brain start to actually recognize that there is now some change is happening. So pick maybe one, maybe two, but not more than three, not in any case, and keep repeating it for a while and see how it's affecting. So the solution is often is a structure. And like I said, that the first thing would be to eat enough during the day. So having real meals, 3 meals with protein is a great starting point, because if you, like most people, what I see is that is the first thing where I always get started when I work with the clients. I look what they are eating, how they are eating, because it's not that knowledge is often not a problem, that you know what you should be eating, but also when you are eating. So for example, if you like to skip the breakfast, but then you should be at least getting some kind of protein snack. And missing protein during the day or earlier in the day is probably by far the most common reason why evenings, if you feel like that you are still hungry later on, or you eat too much in the evening, it's by far the most common reason is lacking protein during the day or earlier in the day. And course, it stabilizes your energy, and it obviously helps those that with that evening hunger. So second thing where I would get started is to plan your evening eating. Instead of telling yourself that I shouldn't eat anything, decide in advance what is realistic. So maybe dessert after dinner, maybe a planned snack, and you have a structure, and that is again reducing your chaos. So some examples I love sweets personally, and I often there is some kind of limitations. I tell you examples what I have been using myself with some of my clients too, is that you decide, for example, that what you are allowed to have, and that it's not going to, if it's going to be sweets, it's 2 cookies or 1 cookie, piece of cake, piece of chocolate, whatever, but there is some certain amount what you allow yourself to eat, and that's it. That then it comes again discipline, but it's not all or nothing. Obviously, there are people who are telling that they are sweet addicts, so it might be better to try to avoid it completely, but also or then find some alternatives which are also kind of sweet but not the real thing. So instead of sugar, having some berries or something, but making the decision already before. And if you are struggling with the snacks, my favorite rule is to have some amount of, for example, calories, what you are allowing yourself. For example, it's 300 calories. So what I love to do is that I portion my snacks. So there is going to be, I used the rule for myself. It's for me was 300 calories. So it's either way, you can have chocolate. That is not a huge amount of chocolate what I can have, but with this amount, it's where is it coming for that 300 calorie number or whatever you decide. But if it's around 10-20% of your total calorie intake. So for me, depending on my activity, but my PMR is around 2, 5, 3,000 depending on day, and 300 calories is around 10%, maybe a little bit more of my total intake. And so it gives me still freedom that I can have things what I really want, but that it's not going to be totally overboard and going way over. So if I have it planned. This is portion for Monday, portion for Tuesday, and there's always choice. So if you are hungry, like it could be, my snacks are, for example, Greek yogurt with strawberries, for example, or some other berries, seasonal berries, what is available. So there is always, there's so much volume. So if I'm hungry and I feel like that I need to eat more, that is an option for those days. If it's like that, no, I want something really sweet for today, then it might be chocolate. It's obviously amounts are a little bit less. They don't keep me satisfied, but they help then on the other hand that I'm not, I feel better having some sweet, and it gives me always that freedom, and it's every day. It's then that decision what it is going to be on this day. So those are my favorite strategies. So you are planning things ahead, making some kind of rules what you allow to eat, and then third one is to change the environment. So if snacks are always on the table, visible, they will be eaten. So if I have some snacks available, visible all the time, it's matter of time before I eat them. But if they are somewhere hidden in or I don't have them, it's very unlikely that I'm going to eat them. So because those small environmental changes can make huge difference, and there are few interesting studies like that. If you think your working place, if there is available all the time, like there is a bowl of chocolate or something else, or if there are visible apples, like whatever is visible, because it's not those cravings, they come and go. And what you are seeing, you might not even be craving sweets, but as soon as you see that there is some bowl of chocolate, you start to think that, oh, I actually would like to get some chocolate. So those things are really, it sounds stupid, but they are really, they make huge difference. You might not believe it, or maybe you have recognized it, but that's how environment makes actually huge difference, how much you are eating. Then fourth is that if you you could be trying to build some evening rituals that are not about food. This could be a walk, reading, stretching, tea, a short conversation with someone you care about, because it's the goal is to give your brain other ways to relax than just watching TV and having your snacks or food. So it's just something. It could be some game or whatever, but what is not only about food, because often it's just that your brain is associated with these things, that they are there is some relaxation, and it means also some food, and there you could be trying to avoid these things to finding some other ways to relax. And there's one very important thing to remember. So evenings will never be perfect. Sometimes you will snack more than you planned. Sometimes you will eat dessert, and often more than you planned. And that's all normal. The goal is never be perfect. The goal is to find some kind of stability. And because when your days are structured and consistent, one evening doesn't destroy progress. It might change the way how the scale looks next day, but it doesn't make in the long run any difference. And what I often tell to my client is this: is that fat loss and health are not built in a perfect days. They are built in a consistent weeks and months. If evenings are difficult right now, it doesn't mean that something is wrong with you. Usually it means something earlier in today needs adjustment. Maybe it's food, maybe it's stress, maybe it's structure, because those small changes earlier in the day often makes evenings much easier. So if evenings are the hardest part of your day, you are not alone. This is one of the most common patterns I see. Start by adding structure instead of trying to control everything. Eat real meals, plan realistic snacks, create small evening routines that help you relax, because consistency always beats perfection. And start one or two things what we talked about in this episode, and you will be amazed how much it's going to help you. And stick with that habit at least 2 weeks, and you will start to notice the difference. And if this episode helped you understand your evenings a little bit better, share it with someone who might need to hear it. And if you haven't been giving it a 5-star review, I would be very, very grateful if you could leave a 5-star review, as those are helping so many people to find this show. And obviously, if you need any help with that or workout program, check out my coaching options, personaltrainer.Turo.it, and or shoot me email turo@fitmeetturo.com, and let's chat how, if there is a way I can help you. Thank you so much for listening, and talk to you in the next episode.
Hold up, friend. Do you love Fit Me Turo Fitness podcast? If so, the best way to say thank you is to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review on iTunes. I know every podcaster wants you to leave a review, but it's because those reviews help the podcast to reach more people. I truly want to know what you think, and if this particular episode resonated with you, would you also please share it? Either send a link to someone who you think will find it valuable, or take a screenshot and post it into your social media and tell your friends and family why they should listen it. Make sure you tag me so I can hear your feedback and give you a little love. And if you aren't already following me on Instagram or TikTok, that's the perfect time to hit that follow button. Thank you for being here and listening to Fit Me Turo Fitness podcast.